These are my 4 boys. How many boys do I have? 4. Okay, prepare yourselves. We are teachers, my wife and I, which means the Halloween costumes we get are the reject ones from Walmart the day after. You know what I'm talking about. So the problem is you get partial Halloween costumes. And so what we did is we found a pretty good astronaut costume. The problem is it didn't come with a helmet. So the son says, this is Cade, what's his name? Can we make something else? Can I do something on my own? And Nikki said the answer to that is always what? So we found a bunch of old soccer balls. We taped them together with duct tape and then put white duct tape over the top. And voila, we have what, folks? Yeah, that's what kids enjoy doing on their own. These are the same boys that when I go to their parent-teacher conferences, a lot of times the conversation goes like this. We're spending a lot of time trying to get your kid to hold still and be quiet so other kids can learn. And you start to ask yourself why that is. Maybe it's because kids would rather be doing stuff that involves what? Yeah, we got it. This is Kaysen. What's his name? Kaysen got a reject Halloween costume as well. He got one from Walmart that said alien on it. It came with a mask. He was all excited because he's the first Chandler to have a complete costume. So he goes to the church's trunk or treat activity. In other words, we go out in the parking lot, we open up our trunks, we decorate them, they go trunk or treating. That's great. Other than most of the activities were indoors, and for some reason the church we were at said no masks inside. So all of a sudden he had to wear his mask a different way. He said, Dad, technically, if I turn my head into a 2-headed alien, that's not really a mask, is it? So can you see it? Now we're a 2-headed alien. It's not a mask. It's now what, folks? It's a hat. This is what a young man does in his spare time. When I go to his parent-teacher conferences, guess what the teachers say? We spend a lot of time getting your kids to do 3 things. What? Sit still, be quiet, so other people can. Yeah, see a pattern here? All right. Might have just ran out of batteries. That happens. These are my education consultants. Schools spend a lot of time bringing people in to talk about teaching, what we could do better, and so on and so forth. I spend a lot of time with my boys asking them, what do you like about school? What do you not like about school? And as I've done workshops all over the state, I bring them with me. And the kid gets up and he goes, there's a lot of people here. This is what I like about school. Folks, tell me the 3 things he likes the most about school. Call them out. Loves to run around. Anything running around and active. Recess PE. Give me another one. Lunch, because he gets to be social and hang out with his friends, and involves food. Give me one more.
PE.
There you go. Art, anything where he gets to construct something. You want to tell him real quick, what does he say are the 3 things that I don't like about school? Oh, but wait, I'll give you a clue. His teachers spend a lot of time trying to get him to do these things. What are they? Sit still, be quiet, so other people can learn. Interesting. Synergy. What's the word? This is what happens in the Chandler household on snow days like this year. You remember all those snow days we had? Great, right? The problem was it was so cold outside that we couldn't send 4 little boys outside. Count of 3, say, aw. 1, 2, 3. Synergy is a combination of what? Snow and energy. Cute kids, right? No, not on a snow day. They come down, snow day, yay, can we go outside? No, you'll freeze to death. So now Mom and Dad have to get creative. Here's our plan. Ready? Let's watch the news, kids. Let's keep a list of all the problems we see on the news. It was a busy day. It happens. So what happens is we've got their attention now. Kids, today we're going to create a superhero. What are we going to create? Superhero. Here are the rules. You have to create your hero. You have to create his or her hideout. And you also have to create their vehicle for fighting the problem that you choose. Ready? This is Kaysen's. This, at the top, you can barely see it, is Erupto, standing like this. Just underneath that is his hideout. And if you look closely, it's in a volcano, because Dad, nobody's going to look for him there. You're absolutely right, son. Very bottom turned sideways is his vehicle. We'll get to that. So now you've got their attention. We're going to do something different. We're going to twist it just a little bit to give them a challenge. Limit their resources. All right, son, here are the rules. You have to build all 3. You can use the computer once. You can use your blocks or Legos once. And you can use the trash once. He's going to do what a lot of kids do. They turn to technology. Okay? One of a million free tools that kids can do online. 16 minutes, he designs Erupto. Ready? Now he's down to his blocks, right? So he's building the fortress. Son, that does not look like the inside of a volcano. Dad, that's probably not the safest place for a superhero. You're right. Well, son, why are there 2 walls? If the lava melts the first wall, it's going to cool down before it gets to the second wall. You're absolutely right, son. So now he has to build what, folks? His vehicle for fighting it. But now he's used up his best resources, the computer and his blocks. He's down to what? Ready? Prepare yourself. I don't know either. I'm like, son, what is that? Dad, it's in the lava. Everybody point to the lava. See the lava? There you go. It's up on stilts so it can walk through the lava safely. Son, that on top, that's your mother's Tupperware. That is not recyclable. Dad, I needed it. You know what we learned about volcanoes, that the ash and the fumes, those are almost just as dangerous as lava. Lava is not. Can you see the wheels turning in the kid's head? Yeah. So now I'm pausing. I'm like, I've got him. As a language arts teacher, I care most about reading, writing, thinking, communicating. I say, son, this is great. Let's share these with your mom. Do kids love an audience? Absolutely. Can we take all this stuff, and before we show it to your mom, can you write your very best paragraph, like they've been working on at school, that explains how Erupto fights what problem? You got it. Yeah, Dad, I can do that. And he's got all these armfuls of stuff that he's excited to share. But before he's realized it, he's learned because he's having so much fun. All right, one more. Not just my class. This is Mr. Neal's science class. Science is cool. Science is fun. Mr. Neal came up and he said, you're right. Level 1 is probably a teacher being creative. Level 2 is a student. Which is more important, level 1 or level 2? I'd say level 2. Level 1 to get to level 2. He said, where should I start? I said, well, let's start with something that's boring in your class. Because I teach science. There's nothing boring in my class. I said, well, what's the thing you don't look forward to the most? He goes, I've got my rock unit. I said, that does sound boring. Let's start there. And so what he did is, he said, I've got it. He jigsawed the content. He said, this group right here is in charge of this type of rock. This group, this type of rock. This group. Now here's what you have to do. Instead of me talking about these boring types of rocks, let's make it exciting. I need you to do two things. You need to teach the way that's accurate and teach it in a way that's funny. What are the two rules? Accurate and funny. So it has to teach all the correct facts, but it has to be funny. The medium that they agreed on was music. So this is their rock band project. Cover your ears. It's going to get really loud really quick. Cover your ears. Trust me. That was not dramatic. Sorry. We're going to try that again. So I asked him, what's the best part? He says, the best part is now kids come into my class first day, and the first question they ask is, when do we get to do rock band? See the difference? He knows it takes a creative teacher to get him somewhere, but that's level 1. What's level 2, folks? Student creativity. And that's what we talk about when we say creativity means kids are having so much fun, they don't even realize how hard they're working and how hard they're learning.